No.
Take two. Here we go. How you doing?
Okay.
So where are you guys driving? Where are you guys coming from? What's going on? Where are you off to?
I'm at Echo Beach in Toronto.
Oh, very nice. That's a cool venue. Have you checked and everything?
I haven't. I'm speaking to you, so I can't.
Okay, right. So I won't take up too much of your time then. All right.
No, don't worry. They can wait. It's fine.
Yeah, Of course they can. Well, let's start with this Just Dessert song, because you and Charlie. So how did that all come about? It was because of the tour, or did the tour come about because you did the tune?
Like 3 or 4 months ago, we were emailing, and we just got on as friends, and then we were like, oh, should we do something together? And I had this old demo that it just had the hook on it. And then I was like, do you want to do your rap thing on this? And she was like, I love it. And so, yeah, we altered it a little bit and then called it Just Dessert and put it out.
So you've known her for a long time?
Not for ages, but it's probably been like a year and a half, something like that.
So that must be nice to be on tour with a friend as opposed to, making friends on the road.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's weird because this year, for this album, I've been really lucky because all of my supporters have actually been my friends. So Miss Mister, Icon of Pop, pretty much from the start, it's been really nice. It's a change, like you said. It's a real change.
Yeah, well, and another change is the fact that you're playing a bigger venue than the show was scheduled for.
I know.
Has that been the case throughout the tour? Or is this just happened? We're just special up in Canada.
No, 11 or 12 venues got upgraded.
So what's that like as an artist? Does that mean maybe we should add more dates? Maybe this Electro Heart tour should go on longer than originally planned, or does it still stay with no? I still this is the end of this. This it needs to end for me.
I don't know. I think it's just a nice ego rub.
Yeah, okay.
I think after this tour, I'm ready to end it, because really I could do more dates, but there's not really much point. I can't get on the radio here, so that I'm not going to sell any more records anymore from this album.
Well, that's
unless something miraculous happens, I get a huge sync or something like that. So yeah, so I think it's like a high point to end it on, and yeah, just proves the internet gets you lots and lots of fans. You don't really have to rely on radio as much as I kind of thought. Yeah,
the old traditional model for sure. So
yeah.
What is that tweet then from April 17th that all these fans are speculating is the death of Electro Heart on 08/08/13?
Oh, well, I can't tell you.
No, obviously not, but I thought I'd give it a shot.
I mean, it is the end. It's the end. Something will come out and it's the end.
Something, well, because you were in New York writing a bunch of stuff in February? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, but it's not something new I've written. I mean, it's kind of, there is new music to accompany something new to mark the end.
Okay, all right. I like this. I like where that's going. Is it something like like some sort of video, perhaps? Because I feel like this record at least, could be turned into a screenplay. Like, it is a full story, start to finish. If you wanted to, it could be a movie of sorts.
Well, it could be a musical. I hope that one day when I'm a big enough artist, I could do Electro Heart the musical, because it really is it's really satirical, melodramatic, camp. It would be really good, I think. But that's a very nice comment to make. And I do. The thing is, I've done this video series, so I have 3 parts to go. So I'm on part 10 at the moment.
So maybe
there's
okay.
Yeah. So a video will accompany the end.
Well, you were talking about the stage design being for this tour being like a musical, a little bit in some interview I was watching.
Yeah, it's true. Well, the show is like a musical, but I hate to say that because musicals get a bit of a bad rap.
You've said that in other interviews too.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. That's how you should start every show. That's great. So what was the other quote that I read? The music followed the desire to create a big stage show. So you had this stage show in mind when you were writing the record?
Yeah, definitely. I wanted something really, smart, humorous, again, with a little bit of satire and classic Marina cynicism in it. And I, as soon as the record was finished, I like immediately started to build the stage show. I got a great set designer to help me. Whereas the first album, I'd never had any of that. You know, I was like buying $4 props to like enhance my show. So it's been a really satisfying thing for me to be able to do.
Well, that's how everyone started. I mean, even Coldplay, the first time I saw them, just had a globe on stage. You know, $10 prop, but that was their thing on that first run. But so when you're writing this record, I assume, I think you write on the road is what I had read somewhere. So I'm assuming with Katie, with Coldplay on all these dates, and you're seeing these massive stage productions, and you're writing these songs thinking about a live show. So are you are you watching their shows and just taking little ideas and nicking things from these?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, also they've been the two greatest kind of acts to tour with because they're both pop, but they're different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see like basically an indie rock band like Coldplay do, you know, still produce a spectacle, and then someone like Katie who's like, you know, does this completely plastic Candyland kind of thing, and just, you know, I liked analysing what they did and what, you know, and like kind of applying that to myself and seeing what would and what wouldn't work. For example, I don't know if it would suit me if I had like 20 dancers behind me.
Right.
It probably wasn't my budget either. So,
is that something you'd want to do down the road, though? Is that something you've thought of bringing the dancers and doing that whole? I mean,
possibly,
the music lends itself to that kind of pop feeling.
It does, but I don't know. I wouldn't.
Doesn't appeal to you?
No, it does, but I don't know. I would like for it to follow the rules of theatre more than of like pop.
Right,
pop
I gotcha.
show.
I like that. Theatre. So when writing, I guess I already asked you that. Oh, theatre. Oh, that's what I want to touch on. Lion King. What part did you audition for? What did you want to be in The Lion King?
I think I was just like, it was just a chorus part.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What would you like to play in The Lion King? Now that they wouldn't be able to turn you down.
Probably Pumbaa.
Okay, yeah, I like Pumbaa. Who would be your Timon? If you could pick anyone to be Timon.
Timon. Maybe Charlie could be Timon.
Charlie could be Timon. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, very, very appropriate. Okay. Sorry, I had to go there. I don't know why. Lonely Hearts Club. I hear Lonely Hearts Club. Obviously, I think of the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, and you're singing in this really low register on the tune. I hear Rusty Anderson from McCartney's band plays on this record a little bit. Homewrecker references Lonely Hearts Club. So was Pepper a influence on this record, or did it just am I just a Beatles fan reading into things because that's what I do?
You are definitely just a Beatles fan.
Okay. All right, never mind.
But I do. But I mean, obviously, I am a Beatles fan as well. But yeah, I did intentionally nick the name, but obviously they did it first, so I did kind of nick it.
How do you get someone like Rusty to play on your record? How does that happen?
Rick Knowles.
The producer?
Yeah, he had a connection.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Sex Yeah.
Well spotted, by the way. Nobody's ever asked me that.
What's that?
Well spotted, I said.
Well, I see anything with Beatles relation, and I just go for it over the best. I like the Sex Yeah lyrics. I mean, I see a title like Sex Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I actually went through the song, and I was like, those are some really interesting, different lyrics. Like, nothing is provocative anymore. If women were religiously recognized sexually, we wouldn't have to feel the need to show our assets.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about writing that one a little bit? I find that to be a really interesting topic.
Thanks. Yeah, it's kind of like a song that hasn't really been noticed for some reason, but it's a really important one to me. Mainly because it has a very definite message, and I think as like a pop artist or someone, moving around in that world, it's like, it's a confident song to put out. But it seems more like a fan favorite.
Oh, interesting.
Than anything else. I think probably because in the UK it wasn't included on the album, because my annoying manager at the time said that I shouldn't put it on there, and I effing believe them. So
we'll get back to this song in a second, but I got a tweet from somebody asking me if the song Electra Heart is ever going to be put anywhere.
It will.
It will. So we've answered Johnny Lux or whatever his name is. So, I don't know. But nothing is provocative anymore is one of the lyrics in that song. Do you really feel that, or is that Electra Heart talking?
No, actually, that's like one of the more, like, if we're going to say Marina or Electra, like, that's more of a Marina song, because I wrote it. That was like the second song I wrote, and it was around Family Jewels era. So I mean that, and I think it's true. Like, what else is shocking these days? You know, I think the kind of era of Lady Gaga has kind of moved on. In terms of, you know, being shocking, I don't think you can really be that shocking with anything.
Yeah, well, you're talking about being theatrical on stage and wanting to make it theater. How do you make something shocking? Are you trying to? Are you trying to push those boundaries, or do you want to?
Not at all. I think for me as a performer, what I want to do is make a kind of statement of personal expression, and you can only do that and have an effect if it's genuine. So it doesn't have anything to do with provocation. I think, you know, it's like, I've actually talked about this before in an interview. It's like after the whole era of, like, Lady Gaga being, like, really kind of shocking and very interesting as well, along comes someone like Lana Del Rey, where she just wears a t-shirt and jeans, but she's still a very interesting person, and perhaps more so for not doing that. So, you know, music, just like fashion, has its own curves and waves and trends, and I think we're currently in one of those trends where we're moving away from that now, which is nice. It's refreshing, I think. Are you in character when you're on stage? Do you transform? Sorry to jump around here. We don't have much time. I want to get into everything. Okay, cool. But do you feel like you need to transform yourself into that character when you get on stage? Kind of. It's weird because I think any performer, like, transforms anyway. They become, like, much more exaggerated version of themselves, or like more confident. So, I mean, Electra Heart is just a name. It's still part of my personality or my, like, imagination. So it feels quite easy to get into it. Probably more easy than I should admit.
Does it take away some of the insecurities and the vulnerabilities, though, of standing in front? I mean, I know you're used to it now, but even as a writer, I'm sure that it must help when you know.
No, totally,
you know,
totally. And you know what else helps is costumes. Costumes make you feel the part. If I wasn't wearing, you know, the lace gloves, the wedding veil and stuff, I feel like I would feel completely different walking on stage. And I used to, for the first album, I felt like I used to have, like, really ridiculous thoughts, like, oh, no one here wants to see me, or, like, I'm, like, completely crap and everyone hates me in the crowd, which is so stupid, because people come to you because they like you. So, yeah, I think this whole, like, album has been helpful. You know, this kind of production costumes, they really suit my personality, and as a performer anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next, even though you won't give me any hints, but that's fine. I understand. I gotta let you go, so we do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, one word.
No problem.
One word answers.
Okay.
Road or studio?
Road.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Lyrics.
Song you've written you're most proud of?
Robots.
And in one word, Marina and the Diamonds.
Marina.
Oh, nice.